Hey, what up, y'all? This is Drunk on the Sun with Joe and Tom. Joe thought he was going to answer this. He's going to start this show off. Not a chance. We're bringing you some compilation videos, and they're hilarious because they're goldie oldies. Check them out. We'll be brand new in 2 weeks from now on YouTube. Check us out on Instagram and everything, baby. This is stuff you're going to love. Drunk on the Sun. I was a janitor. They call it a maintenance. It's a janitor at a truck, like a truck stop. So the truck plaza. I don't want to say the name because I don't want to get sued. But it's a truck plaza with trucks, and it's on
typical truck stop.
It's on a major freeway, right? Typical truck stop. So you got truckers and you got normal people, and you got a restaurant attached to it. Blah blah blah. Well, I was maintenance, so my job every day. I had to go around and pick up bags full of human feces and human piss and all these excrements. Oh, they were fucking everything you think of, right? So let's fast forward. In that, I was at that place for about 3 years. Year and a half, close to 2 years into it, right? I'm hating every day. Life sucks because every day I clean people's shit off the walls by their smears. There's smears of human shit, of human feces on the walls, right? And you're like, this does not look like a kid's hand. This is like a big person's hand. I have to clean that every day. I would clean showers where truckers get out and you'd see fucking porno fucking tapes in the like cases still there. They took the tape, but they left the case behind or whatever, and you're like, oh, what was he doing? Then you gotta clean all that shit. So I go in one day, and I'm mad as fuck, right? Just irritated, because I had to be there. I just had to be there.
You're loving it.
I'm loving it. So I get there, and I'm talking to my boss. He's telling me what he wants to do for the day throughout, you know, woo, boo, boo, boo. And the cashier who just got off work from third shift, because this is right, you know, shift change. He came to us both. He goes, hey, I don't really want to harsh your buzz, but someone took a shit in one of your urinals. I go, no. He goes, yeah, I swear to God. I go, you're full of shit, dude. Nobody took a shit in a urinal. He goes, no, somebody took a shit in the urinal. So me and my boss went, and we walked in there, and sure shit, there was shit in the urinal. We're like, what the fuck? Because at this time, I came in at 8. My boss came in at 8. And this is prime time for gumming in and out of places like that. Who the fuck saw that and was like, you know what, we're gonna let this guy shit in the urinal. Like, it was in urinal. How would you sit in that? How are you shitting? But somebody did. See, I'm about to puke just thinking about it. But my dumb ass was like, fuck it. I'm about to puke right now. My dumb ass, I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? In my thought process,
God.
was take hot water and break it up. Break up the feces to where it go down inside there, right? So I was in the restroom with hot scalding water, like steaming. I'm like, blah, blah. And I'm pouring water in this urinal and like, blah, blah, right? And my boss, he's like, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm attempting to get this to go down the hole. I think if I would got it hot enough, it'd break it down. Right? Like, trying to explain a science experiment to my boss about breaking down shit in a urinal, right? So he's like, no, fuck that. He's like, stop it. He's like, fuck. He's like, put it down. I go, what do you want to do? He goes, get a trash can. I said, all right. He goes, so I got a trash can around there by the urinal. He goes, get a trash bag. I said, all right, okay. I opened the trash bag. He goes, put it inside there. That way, when we transfer it, it'll be contained. I said, okay. He goes, I'm going to put it in there for you. Just hold the bag. I go, okay, let me get some gloves on. So I put normal 2 pairs of plastic gloves on. My boss, he does this. He puts, on one hand, he puts 1 plastic glove, 2 plastic gloves, 3 plastic gloves, 4 I think it was 4 is where he stopped at, right? And so then I'm looking at him.
Sounds reasonable.
Sounds reasonable. So, because I have no idea what he's about to do. I'm like, what is he about to... Because he only put it on one hand, right? So then he puts his arms down. He looks at me. He starts huffing and puffing. Right? He does that. He goes, cowboy up. And he fucking reaches into the shit, grabs it, throws it in the bag, And we both start going out the exit. I take the bag in hand. He's trying to get rid of his glove hand, his nasty glove hand. It's got shit all over it. And we're like, blah, blah, as we're getting out of the bathroom.
Oh, shit.
Right? And then finally we got rid of it. Because there's so many times I've had cops pull up behind me and just fuck with me. What's crazy about this story is the cop could have had a big bust on his hand.
Yeah.
So, at the time of my life here, I was probably, what was I about? 19, 20?
Oh, shit. So, yeah,
19, 20, some shit like that.
Pushing 20 years ago.
So, I was selling weed at the time, right? Well, what happened was I was at my dude's house, and if you drove to his house from my house, it was only a 15-minute drive. Now, walking distance, it took me about an hour and a half, 2 or 3 hours, some shit like that. Depending on how fast I went, if I cut through areas and whatnot, right? So I left his house. Now, I had, I want to say maybe a half ounce, maybe an ounce on me of herb, but it's all broke down into dime sacks, 20 bags, quarter sacks, all that shit. And they were in my dickies. So I'm walking down the road. All of a sudden, here, these lights come up behind me and slow down. I go, man, this is probably a fucking cop. Boop, boop. So shit was. Right now, at the time, I'm wearing my dickies. I got a big ass afro going on, and I'm wearing this bright yellow FUBU jersey. Now that dates it back. If any motherfucker out there knows FUBU, that shit's old as shit, right? So he gets it behind me. His lights fucking says his typical routine. What's your name? What are you doing out here? Why are you going? Blah blah blah. Woo woo. I explained to him, look, I'm walking from my dude's house, trying to go home, give him my ID. I'm playing it cool because I'm like, I can't act stupid. He gonna know something's up.
Yeah.
So if I act fucking straight, he's cool. Give him my ID and shit. And I know I ain't got no warrants on me. So I'm like, I ain't got no warrants.
Not yet.
Not yet. So I'm like, I ain't got no warrants on me. I'm good. So he's like, he asked me what I'm doing. Tell him I'm going home. He said, okay, I'm gonna run your shit. Blah, blah, blah. He goes in there, runs my shit. He comes like, yeah, everything checks out good. Oh, by the way, that's a very good job of wearing that bright yellow clothes this late at night so people can see you walking down the road. I'm like, yes, it is, officer. Very good. Now, this is a sheriff and not a state trooper. Yeah. State trooper, I've been fucked no matter which way I go because they're fucks. But a sheriff would give you at least a benefit of doubt. Yeah. Sometimes. Yeah. Now, with me looking like the way I did, he probably saw me going that road. He's like, oh, I'm going to get this little motherfucker. This little wannabe right here. I'm going to get his ass. But then he saw I had no warrants. He's like, fuck. He ain't got shit. He's not doing nothing wrong. Fuck. So now granted, I had all this weed on me at the time. So and then he's like, okay, well, if you want, I can give you a ride.
Oh, shit.
Right? And in my mind, I go, fuck! But on the outside, I have to play it cool, and I go, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. So you got in my mind, fuck! But in reality, I'm going, yeah, that's cool. He goes, just get in the back of the car and I'll take you right home. I said, all right, officer. So I get in the back of the car and I'm in the back of his car with about a half an ounce to an ounce of weed in my pockets, in my dickies, where shit falls the fuck out. If anybody owns dickies, they know what the fuck I'm saying. Shit falls out of your pockets all the time. So I'm sitting there going, God, I hope nothing falls out of my fucking pockets. Right? So I'm like, God damn. So he's driving and he's cruising. Now this motherfucker, dude, we're doing like fucking 90. Like, bam, bam. And he's talking the whole way. And I'm sitting there going, He's like fretting, one, because he's fucking flying. What if a deer flies out in front of us and blasts us? Yeah. Now I got a bunch of sack full of weed. And this dickhead cop wants to hit a fucking deer, right? So on the way, I'm trying to play it cool. I'm being Joe Smooth, like, fuck it, let's do this. And he's like, and he's still complimenting me on my clothes because it's a bright yellow jersey. Yeah, so if you hit it, it's reflective as fuck. Yeah. He's like, that's very smart wearing that this time. And I'm like, you gotta do what you gotta do, officer. You know what I
mean? Because that's what it was about.
That's what it's about. You know, that's why I wore it. You know, I know I was gonna be out late. I'm about wearing this shit, right? So he's fucking telling me he's asking, fucking shit like, hey, what it was I told him, I said, man, I'm so glad that you're taking me home right now because I wouldn't be able to get home. And this is when this show was on, The Shield. So The Shield is a show about crooked cops. And I liked it. So I'm like, thank you, officer, for taking me home, or else I'd miss this show, The Shield. He's like, oh, The Shield, I like that too. I'm like, shit, this motherfucker might be crooked. He might fuck me up. Maybe I should sell some weed to him. I didn't ask him that.
I got a ton in my pockets.
I got a shit ton in my pocket. Right? So, I mean, it's not a shit ton, but it's enough to get you fucked. It would have got me a possession charge, a trafficking charge, all these charges, right? Because they were separate baggies.
Yeah, because it was obvious.
It's obvious what I was doing, you know? So, finally gets me home, pulls in my driveway, and if anybody's been in the back of a cop car, you know that you can't get out on your own. You have to wait till this motherfucker opens the door, right? So I'm like, he's like, all right, you're home now. I'm like, all right, thanks, officer. He's like, I'll let you out. And as he gets out of the car, I'm sitting there in my head going, fuck, please nothing be on the ground, on the seats, because I can't see nothing. Like, if it falls out and he opens the door and shit's everywhere, you know what I mean? I get popped in my own driveway. Like, what kind of shit is that? Right? So he fucking opens the door. I get out, calm, casually, holding my pockets at the same time, like, still trying to be nonchalant about it. And I'm like, all right, thank you, sir. And he puts his hand out, and I'm looking at his hand like, am I supposed to shake this shit? Should I slap it like I do with my homies? You know? Slap,
You're
slap.
down by then, yeah.
Or should I fucking do it like a white person? Like, good job, sir. You know?
Well, you were smart enough to wear the jackets.
I was smart enough to wear the jackets.
So you were
The FUBU jersey. I was smart enough to wear the FUBU jersey. So maybe I was just like, fuck it. The whole time that he's got the door open, when the door's open, the light's shining inside the vehicle. So I'm like looking as I'm shaking his hand, like, is there anything over there? I'm like, nope, I'm good. So then he shuts the door, gets in his car, and I go inside the house. And I'm like, oh my God, I just fucking dodged so many charges. Gangsta.
You run into people on these apps
that you know?
That
you went to school with?
No.
Damn it! I was wishing you said that. I was hoping you'd say that.
I did.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Who?
Ah, shit. Apps don't get you nothing if you're a guy. Really. If you're a guy like me.
Why though? Why don't they get you anything?
They don't because
I've never used them.
I know. And
that's why, because if this ever fails on me, my marriage ever fails on me, I have to rely on apps now. Because that's the day and age we live in.
I know, and that's
and I feel like I'm doomed. Because I'm hideous as fuck.
No, see, that's the thing. Like, I was on apps forever. And the thing is, as a guy of my position, like, all it is lies. It's just lies. They're just gonna lead you fucking on.
Yeah.
That's all women do. And like, either they're gonna lead you fucking on. Tell me if this makes any sense to you at all. I was on there talking.
Yes, it does.
I was on there talking to chicks. And the thing is, when you're online, like, it's easy to talk to chicks that might be out of your league.
No, that makes no sense to me.
No, because, like, if you're like, oh, she's fucking hot. And maybe if you were in person, maybe you'd be, like, intimidated. I would be. I don't know about you. But I would be. But it was easy.
I would be intimidated.
It was an easy
I'd be
way.
just as... See, you know what? I would be even more intimidated online. And the reason that is because the minute I start typing my first response, which is probably the best response, I take it back. And then try to type something better. And I go, nah, that's not good enough. Take it back. Type something better. And by the time I finally send what the fuck it is I'm trying to send, it's fucking hornswoggle.
Well,
and it sounds like shit. Whereas if it would have been like, hey, over there, you'd be cool. Like your hair.
I didn't even try. I'd just say hi. Be like, hey.
See, the thing is, the
result of that some chick replied to me, "You look like a rapist."
Well,
yeah.
So now I'm delivering stuff in the van, which the van I'm new at, so I got to get used to it. So I don't really understand it too well, and it shakes back and forth, back and forth. Dude, this fucking van, you could be driving on a straight road with no bumps, and you feel like you're going around a turn on the fucking mountains, like the Sahara, right? But the sad thing was I was really in mountains going at them. Yeah. So I'm driving in these hillbilly ass roads on mountains. And I shit you not. There was a road that I saw. The GPS says turn left. So I'm turning and I see the road. I'm looking on the GPS because it says what road is on the GPS.
Yeah.
Big Hill Mountain Road. That was the road. It was fucking massive. And I'm sitting there going, because the road was next to me was a fucking mountain. And you couldn't see, like, what was in front of you was just a road. And you couldn't see where it was going. Like, I could see it on GPS, but every time, like, you'd see what it is, and it's not the same as it looks in real life.
Yeah.
You know? It's not a fucking line. You know? And the speed limit is 70 fucking miles an hour.
Shit.
You know, I'm sitting there like, fuck! I'm freaking the fuck out. And then, so, like, even driving down the interstates, dude, because you go on these bridges and there's nothing next to you. If I was in a car, I wouldn't be scared because I've driven through Kentucky in a car and in a minivan.
Yeah.
And it's not scary. But this fucking thing, driving down 70 miles an hour on this big-ass bridge, there's nothing next to you, it freaks me the fuck out.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, my God. And like it says, it's a state highway, but it just looks like a road that's smaller than our roads, right? And you're on this one road, dude. I was going up it because I went up through the mountains, like literally, like roads that swirled around the fucking mountains, and then you go down and you swirl down again. I'm just like, what the fuck? Fucking roads, but they're not, they got guardrails and shit, but a guardrail ain't gonna save you. If that thing jerks me over. And the roads, there were some times where the roads were going like that, so the van was like, I'm like, fuck! I'm just dying. So the speed limit is 55 on these roads. 55. I'm like, I don't even want to do 35. It's scary as fuck. Scary as fuck. I don't even want to do 35, right? So I'm lightweight having panic attacks, and people were just like, blown by me as the road spirals down a mountain. And I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with these hillbillies? And they're just like, and I'm just like, what the fuck? So that was my week last week. Every day it's just like, fucking Christ, and it sucked. It just sucked. So I'm praying I get used to the driving. Yeah. Because, this is my job. Like, this is my job. So it's like, I can't just quit. Now, granted, this whole week was me gripping the steering wheel, white knuckles and all. Sweat pouring down me. Like, I lost weight last week. I weighed myself, and I was 5 pounds lighter. I'm like, because I was sweating by terrifying sweat. Petrifying, like, to the point, like, I don't want to drive no more. It's fucking awful.
Oh, shit. Oh. That would be something.
Oh, it was scary. But I'm hoping this week will be better. I'm hoping I get used to it. And then maybe I'll be like them truckers. I understand why truckers are assholes. Because they just came back from a terrifying, treacherous drive. And they're like, I just need something to eat and shit real quick. I need somewhere to shit. Something to eat and drink. I can get back out there and risk my life driving. I'm driving down these roads in Kentucky, and I'm just like, why are these roads like this? Like, it wasn't. Why can't they expect? Why you gotta make it safer? It feels like it's not safe. You see hillbillies just driving. On the ticket, it says Violent J has a fucking barbecue, free hamburgers. Anybody that shows up, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to that. So like, my heart set like the day before. I was like, this is how I'm gonna eat. This is how I'm gonna eat lunch this day. I'm gonna go to Violent J's fucking barbecue. I'm gonna have a fucking hamburger. And I'm going to be on my way, right? Yeah. Thinking that that's what's going to happen. You are a fool to think that's what's going to happen. So I stroll up to it. There's Violent J, lo and behold. He's up there cooking hamburgers, like promised. I'm like, yes, I get burgers. I'm like, where's the line? I'm looking around.
There ain't no line.
There's no line. I'm like, where's the fucking line? There's just juggalos everywhere. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, how do we get a burger? And then Corbin Robinson, who's a wrestler for JCW at that time, Juggalo Championship Wrestling, those who don't know. So Corbin Robinson gets on the microphone. He goes, you guys ready for your burgers? And I'm like, yeah.
Yes.
Because I'm not over enthused because I'm starving.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yes, I want my burger. So he's like, okay.
Savior.
Next thing you know, finally Jay gives him a burger. He wings it across the fucking plateau. The patty goes one way, the bun goes another, and the lettuce goes towards me. I'm like, well, this is what I want. Lettuce? Like, I thought I was going to get a burger. It's not a burger. This is a fucking chaos meal.
You should have known.
I should have known. It was a juggalo shit. I was like, I should have known better. But I didn't. I was like, they got this shit. They got this shit under wraps. It's cool. Nope. Fling. I'm like, fuck! So I got mad and I went back to my tent.
You should have went up and talked to him. Be like, hey, dude, listen.
You couldn't get to him.
I know.
You weren't getting to him. If you tried to, you got your ass kicked. And at that time, the way my body felt, I would have got my ass kicked. I'm like, I'm dying. I've been eating peanut butter. Give me a fucking burger.
Where's my jar of peanut butter?
Where's my jar of peanut butter? Fucking bitch. So that was my experience at the gathering.
Oh, shit. If you've been to a festival, you know, they kind of move shit around when they do the autographs and they do whatever. So I'm going to Under Oath, right? I was like, oh, Under Oath is going to be here. I was like, okay, you get a spot for us because I had stadium seats at Rock on the Range. I was like, all right, you get us some seats and shit, and I'll go get Under Oath autographs and I'll meet you there. And then I'm walking up to the line and shit, and they're all like, I was like, what the fuck? There ain't no line. What the fuck's going on? What are we doing? I asked the chick, I was like, who's autographing next? And she was like, Body Count. I'm all like, at the time, I'm like, who the fuck is Body Count?
Ice-T! Ice fucking tea!
I'm like, who the fuck is Body Count?
Oh, I've been all over that shit.
I was just like,
I've been all over that shit.
I was like, I don't fucking know. And I text her, I was like, I don't fucking know. They changed this shit.
Oh my
God. It's fucking Body Count. I don't fucking know. And then I'm walking, I get another text. And she's like, in all caps, that's Ice-T.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I didn't fucking know. And that's all, folks. Thank you for joining us for compilation number 1 of our first 19 episodes.
Oh.
So I hope you enjoyed what you heard, and follow us again on Instagram
and YouTube and Facebook, and like and subscribe on all that shit.
Oh, shit. Any help you can give us, we appreciate.
And if not, whatever. This is Drunk on the Sun. Catch us in July 30th, where we're going to have new episodes. Not no compilation ones, but new ones. And they're going to blow your wig.
Peace.
There it is.